Come in.
Hi. My name is Kat Winkenwerder. Thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Yes, you're welcome.
May I take a seat?
Yes, go ahead.
Awesome. Here's my business card.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to verify that this is a 20-minute meeting that I'm hosting with you today.
Yes, you're right.
Awesome. And do you mind if I take notes during this meeting?
Please take notes.
Great. So last weekend, I met with your CEO, Kelly McPherson, at the LSU tailgate in Baton Rouge. So fun, go Dogs. But we actually ended up talking about her company, the American Pipeline Construction Company.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of told me some of the issues she was feeling, and I actually did some research myself after talking with her. I then wanted to talk to some of your clients, see how they felt about it. I also talked to some of your HR people, and I talked to John and Brenda in the sales in Texas, your main headquarters. So I just kind of bounced some ideas off them to see what they thought could use some help. So the problems that I kind of see, the first one that Kelly expressed was that while these numbers are fantastic, it's hard for your sales associates to keep up with the growth using this system. The website you're currently using does not have the advanced software to really manage all of this client base. I always think of the database that your sales staff works with as like the bloodline to the heart.
Yes.
It's really what makes, a company function. So could you tell me what type of system your salespeople are currently using?
We are currently using the system that we started with years ago, so it's very outdated. And we need a new one.
Awesome. So this actually has a lot of implications. Not being able to keep up with clients due to this inferior website causes many issues, obviously. Like I said before, each client is worth over $150 million potentially. So last year alone, you lost 20 clients at the expense of the website, just from the clients not being able to use the website, the salespeople, it's hard for them to kind of use the website as well. So that was a total loss of $3 billion just with those 20 clients lost. Does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, that's right.
So at SalesForce, we are definitely a high-functioning website that would be able to not lose nearly that many. Honestly, we could probably save like all those clients, keeping most of your clients for the year, which is saving you the $3 billion, and also making your sales associates happier with their product and making the clients happier with their product. The great thing about the website as well is that SalesForce analyzes and tracks every salesperson's progress. Which is a great thing because every salesperson can set a goal for themselves, and with the tracking of this, it enables them to kind of see their progress and see if they've met their goals and how they've impacted the company overall, which is great because it gives the salespeople a sense of they're actually contributing. And you can't put a price on satisfaction, right? This in turn will also make the American Pipeline Construction Company more reliable. Clients will, know that the salespeople are fast and active and know what they're doing, quality proven through their accounts, then providing, benefits past that, like with other clients. The second issue that I discovered was not just the website, but the actual profiles and accounts in the website. So not just like the lack of being able to use the site, but it's like being able to find an account very easily and then have that profile to where you can look back on. So I know that John and Brenda stated that the current system is not always effective and time consuming. Finding accounts is not always the best thing. They've been put in different folders and stuff. And sometimes they're misplaced and get lost in the system. And sometimes they're just not accurate. Different information will you put in one account that's not actually true, but it's true for another. So that can just be very, very time consuming. So I asked, how much time is not being effectively used towards work, but used to try and kind of unclutter this site. And it's about an hour a day. Does that sound right to you? Total?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So honestly, this makes up about 5 hours a week, 5 hours in a work day, totaling almost 20 hours a month, and that 20 hours a month per salesperson could be used, to trying to reach out to leads, have new clients, whatever, but instead it's being used to try and just fix a mess that could already be organized. So, if there's 5 people per sales region, there's about 60 regions worldwide. That's 300 employees that are being limited to this, jumbled online system. Like I said, with 20 hours monthly waste on technical error, that's 7,200 hours worth of wasted time yearly, which adds up to about $7.2 million. So far we have $3 billion and $7.2 million of waste just so far. So this will obviously set back your potential money making hundreds of millions of dollars. With SalesForce, however, each client has their own profile specialized for them. So, and they actually have access to it. So it's kind of a two-way thing. We create the profile for them. They can actually add their LinkedIn. They can add their Twitter. They can kind of make it their own. If they wanted to share, something that they did with you, it's not a social media, but it's definitely a platform to where if you click on them, you can see exactly, okay, this is what this person's doing. If they needed an order shipped, you can place that in right there. They can actually do that themselves online. They can alert you that they need something. If they need to change an order, they can do that as well. So this is really amazing. It's all in one site. But if you do want to split up different groups, like if you wanted to put, different categories of companies or revenue base it, you can also do that as well to kind of separate it, but it will still all be in one database, which is nice. So with this online app as well, like I said, it'll immediately notify the sales rep if they have something, which makes the client, feel that, oh, this person, I notified them, I know they'll get back with me, not, oh, I sent them something and could be out in the middle of anywhere. So there's no miscommunication that way. It's kind of like having an online profile on some sort of media. So the third problem that I discovered having spoken with your customers was the tracking of your shipments, which I don't know if you've heard anything about this from your customers. Before I've researched that, a lot of your shipments, one, you can't track them. You don't know exactly when, they'll get there. It was always like 4 to 6 weeks, but it's like, if they're not there or you need to change the address. So when this happens for a company, if the sale doesn't get made, or if the sale gets made and the delivery doesn't happen, it's not obviously the client's fault. That gets blamed on the salesperson. And if enough of this happens, you do end up having to let the salesperson go, just because if you're losing $150 million clients left and right from not checking in on the tracking, not being able to do this because of the system. Every sales associate costs the company, every new sales associate costs the company $500,000 per new hire, which is recruiting, training, salary, benefits, all that stuff combined into one. So it is, if you lost 2 salespeople a year in every region, that's $30 million right there. So trying to just keep the salespeople able to do their jobs effectively, being able to communicate with their clients. You know, this is when the sale, like when everything's going to get shipped. An online tracking system is crucial for any business, but the SalesForce one is unique in the fact that under everyone's profile, as I told you before, everyone has a profile. So with their individual orders, they each get a code that they can then log on to their own site, track it. They can see when it's going to be delivered, where it is currently. If they need to change the tracking information, they can do that. They can contact you. You can change it right then and there. There's no guesswork. It can also tell you exactly the time it was delivered and when it was opened. And once it's opened, it then alerts that person, that account's salesperson, and then they can call the client and be like, hey, you know, is everything good with your order? And that like really addresses the customer service again that like we're trying to offer. So I wanted to actually show you this tracking because it is pretty amazing. Do you mind if I get my computer and show you?
Go ahead.
Awesome. So I'm gonna scooch over here.
All right.
So I log on to my site, and so I pull up this client, and he has a tracking order, and if you want to just click on his tracking number, you can see exactly where it is and exactly what day and time it's going to be, which, you know, is great. And also, you know, they can check that themselves, so it helps the sales client out that they're not being badgered about that all the time, you know. So after all that, let's kind of go over the numbers that we talked about.
Okay.
All of these problems together are costing you well over $3 billion in revenue a year. That's coming from the $3 billion in accounts lost due to just your current website losing sales. That's the biggest thing. You know, I mean, everything built up. Just losing sales is the biggest thing because your clients keep you in business. The $7.2 million due to the customer profiles and not getting notifications from you, you know, feeling, you know, neglected, you know, that you can't, that you're not making time for them, that the salespeople aren't making time for them. And then the $30 million, and the $7.2 million for people you have to fire for, you know, not good customer service. And then the $30 million for the dollars you lose in tracking and shipment malfunctions. So with the SalesForce program, we can reverse this hole that's going to be, you know, sunk into. On top of that, you're still adding your projected 4.6% increase, but you're not losing that additional, you know, tail into it. All in all, the SalesForce program is only $15 million one time, which gives you the whole, you know, everything you need. And it's $150 per salesperson per month. So it's $1,800 per salesperson per month. So with over 300 salespeople worldwide, this comes to $15 million down plus the $540,000 a year. So I think it kind of, you know, pretty obvious, but, you know, I just want, you know, after hearing all these issues I've addressed and the solutions that I'm attempting to give, we really think that we can provide your clients with all of these benefits. And so if you're interested in the benefits of SalesForce, I'd be happy to work with you.
Well, I appreciate all of this. It's very helpful. Let me go back to the C-suite and run it by them. I like it personally.
Awesome.
So let's set up another meeting.
Great. Yes, I would love to come to your next board meeting.
Yes.
I can, you know, set up the same thing, and I can actually, you know, bring the demo with me as well, and you can do the whole thing.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.